Hey all, welcome back to Neon's Movie Reviews. I'm Neon. This is my review channel. Today I'm talking about Brett Ratner's 2000 Family Man, starring Nick Cage and Leoni. Before I dive into that, though, I just want to say if you enjoy my content, please give this video a like. It really helps out the channel, and share it if you can as well. And we are we're entering the third week now of Summer of Nic Cage, so if you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe for more like it. I've got probably about another almost 20 some odd movies to go through. So I'll be doing this until probably the first or second week of August, maybe even a little longer, depending. But diving back into Family Man. This is a film. I just want to preface this. I have not seen this film since I was probably like 8 or 9. It was right around the time that it came out. I did not see it in theaters. Saw it when it came to Blockbuster for on DVD. We rented it. I saw it, probably watched it a couple times there, and not really seen it since. So this was kind of a odd one to go back into and see if it still held up from my memory or not. And I'll say it's a lot less funny than I remember it being, but it's a lot better of a movie than I remember it being as well. It's basically It's a Wonderful Life. That's really what this is. Peggy Sue Got Married is another version of this. It's that, hey, let's see your life with a different choice. And basically, Nick Cage, films actually starts off at an airport. I think it's 1987, but Leoni and Nick Cage are at he's about to board the plane. She basically asks him, basically says that she's got a bad feeling about this, don't go. He says he still loves her, a year in London's not going to change anything, and he goes. Basically just leaves her there. And film jumps forward 13 years from that point. He doesn't look like he ever went back to her. He is a Wall Street, tycoon or Wall Street yuppie. Or actually, he's a CEO of a company, so he's really doing well for himself. And but he's got no actual relationships. He just goes from hookup to different hookup, and gets into an altercation with Cheadle, who is kind of the stand-in for the angel character in this one, and basically he sends him to the same time period, just if he had decided to stay instead of going to London. And he wakes up in bed. He's got Leoni like cuddling with him. 2 kids run in, and he's now a dad. He's got no business empire. He's some tire salesman at this little mom and pop, family-owned tires place, and he's just trying to figure out how to get out of this new life and get back to his old life. And of course, as the story goes on, he realizes, oh, maybe this is the better life, and how do I stay with this life and not go back? And it's really fun. Jeremy Piven's in it. He's a supporting character. Really likable in this role. He's not playing the Ari role. He's just playing a likable guy. You've got, but like Leoni and Nick Cage, though, they steal the movie. They're just awesome in their roles. They have a really good chemistry with one another. They also don't have really good chemistry with one another, which works in the appropriate scenes. But just kind of seeing Nick Cage react to this, he plays it completely straight, doesn't go full Nick Cage. He plays it very, very calm, and it just works really, really well. I would say that this is probably this is definitely going to fit into that holiday Christmas season type of movie, much like It's a Wonderful Life, even though it's not a Christmas story, but just deals with the similar themes. But I don't have too much to say on this. This is one Brett Ratner movie that I think is actually really, really good. This and Red Dragon are probably the best films of his directing, in my opinion. But on that note, there was something that I found really interesting. I actually had to jot it down because, yeah, it was just kind of really crazy. But I noticed in the beginning of the movie when it's after he like wakes up and it's modern day, he's in his Wall Street apartment, and he's just kind of going through his morning everyday life, and goes into the office. The cinematography was really fast paced. It was really cool. Always everything's in motion. The camera's moving, characters are moving, doors are opening and closing. Like, it was really cool. And I was just like, why is so much going on for this? So made a note. After the movie, I looked up the cinematographer. His name is Dante Spinotti. Not sure how to pronounce it, but he's done a couple films though as a cinematographer that I just found really interesting. So I'm just going to read through this list. These were the notable ones. He's got a bunch more, but these were the ones that stood out to me. So Manhunter, Beaches, Hudson Hawk, The Last of the Mohicans, Heat, LA Confidential, The Insider, Red Dragon, X-Men: The Last Stand, Public Enemies, Tower Heist, the Brett Ratner rock Hercules from, I think it was 2014, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp. So some of those later ones, whatever, but this is the guy who did fucking Heat and Last of the Mohicans. Like, this is buddy with Michael Mann. That is very impressive. I also do find it interesting that he did the cinematography for both versions of Red Dragon, Manhunter and Red Dragon. That I just kind of find that weird. And then along with that, the writers of this movie, they got some weird credits. I've only heard of 2 of their movies, this included. Well, actually, I've only seen 2 of their movies, this included. I've heard of a few of theirs, but I've really no interest in seeing them. But it's written by David Diamond and David Weissman. Now, they each started off with kind of a solo script film that they were credited on. I don't know if anybody else was credited on, but I know just each individually was credited to these first 2. So Below Utopia and Dream a Little 2. And then after that, they did Family Man Together. Then they followed that up with Evolution. Those 2, I love both of those movies. Then after that, they did some Disney made-for-TV movie called Minutemen. Then they did Old Dogs. Then When in Rome. And I think that's the most recent thing. So I kind of found that kind of interesting. Figured you might as well. But yeah, that's going to kind of wrap this up. All in all, I would give this film a 7 out of 10. So it's definitely worth your while. It's really fun. It's really, really emotional. It takes you through the whole gambit. But yeah, got a lot more Nic Cage reviews coming out, and a couple other little side things going to be dropping on the channel in the next couple of days. But yeah, that's going to wrap this up. Thank you for watching, and hope you all stay safe.